Okay, it's simulated grazing day. I've already turned the cow in here, and she has literally just chewed everything to hell. And you can see here we got some mature sized turnips, some remnants of daikon radish. That stuff gets pulled out when you graze it. The smaller ones, the less mature ones, tend to just get the tops clipped off, and they'll grow back somewhat. We'll see. Why did I do that? Well, this mix is supplemental grazing. Cereal rye, oats, chicory, daikon radish, purple top turnip, beets, sugar beets. What did I miss? Doesn't matter. This is December in Florida. It's supplemental grazing time. It's supplemental feeding time. As you can see out here in the field, the rolls of hay. It is that time of year. What we're trying to do here is create supplemental grazing for livestock. And I am trying to teach myself that. So, simulated grazing is what? Nothing more than mowing. Because I don't have a cow. I have a mechanical cow. Here's my cow right here. This is Mary Bell. I don't know what her name is. Anyway, I decided after I did this little spot here that I would go ahead and cut a good portion of the test plot out here, which was about an acre. And I cut about, I don't know, close to 2/3 of it maybe. Here's the biochar section. As you can see, these white flowers right here on this plant, that is, looks like probably a radish. Anyway, it's bolted and gone to seed. So we've had, this is typical Florida weather for December. We've got, gets cool and it warms up. Cool and it warms up. Some of the stuff's bolting, going to seed. So I decided to simulate grazing out here as well. I had a lot of crotalaria or sun hemp stubble out here. It's been bugging me. I've been wanting to cut it. You see there's still some laying down there, but that stuff all chopped up on the ground turns to organic matter over time. So I went ahead and mowed this, and what we'll do in this simulated grazing part here, we'll see what doesn't come back, which a lot of the brassicas won't because they're actually pulled out of the ground. We'll see what comes back and what doesn't. Since I don't have a cow, I just mowed it. And we'll see what comes back well, what doesn't come back at all. And then we'll just leave this right here. Just to see what it does. Now, there's a little strip I already mowed, I don't know, a week ago or so, through the middle of that, but whatever. I'm going to leave this little stand here of everything, let it, then I'm going to let this go to seed, whatever it's going to do, just let it grow. And we'll compare the two to see what can come through this. There's some upright stubble there. I got sunflowers coming back. We're going into January now. January and February here in my area in Central Florida is time for frost. It's time for freezes, if they're going to come. Here we typically don't get below, generally speaking, we don't really get below 30 too much here. But, every once in a while we'll dip into the mid-20s sometimes. That's cold. Everybody around here says, oh my God, it's so cold. 25 is cold. In this area, it's pretty cool. So, just going to leave it. There's a little strip I cut through there. I'm just going to leave this. I really would like to get all that crotalaria and Ishinomini stubble. There's some sunflower stubble in there, sunflower stalks in there. I really would like to get that chopped up and on the ground because that's where it's going to do the most good. That stubble for like winter peas, something that's viney. It'd be good if it would crawl up it, but I've noticed my winter peas, they just are, they're kind of non-existent now. So I really don't have any of that growing. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's one of those OCD things. I'm wanting to get that stubble cut up and on the ground so it's getting worked into the ground. Anyway, that's what we're doing there. So simulated grazing day, December 28th, 2017. Don't make jokes about my cow. I know conformation on this cow is absolutely horrible. I can't say that I've ever seen an orange cow. Blah, blah, blah. Very funny. Very funny. So we'll see what comes back. I'm anxious to see what we'll poke up through this after it's been grazed. All right. You guys be good. I'll see you next time.